Pod, aka People of Detroit. We wanna put people on. You know what I'm saying? We wanna get the world to know more about Detroit.
Well, what makes us different at the Pod is that we want to have real stories by real people and displaying real triumphs. At the end of the day, in Detroit, one thing we know how to do is hustle harder.
Yo, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Sir LA.
And it's me, your girl, Dahlia.
And y'all in here rocking with The Pod, aka the people of Detroit. Yes,
indeed.
Yes. I know it look a little different today. You know what I'm saying? It's just us two in here today. Only because we are doing The Pod, aka the people of Detroit 2022 wrap up of our year. So for everybody out there that don't know, that do know, we started this podcast January of this year. First episode that we shot was January the 10th of this year. And we are here in December realizing that we have shot over 35 plus episodes.
A whole lot
of episodes. We done had over 35 plus guests, 31 whole episodes. We got different videos where we were at different functions, you know what I'm saying? Different movie premieres, just different things. We were just trying to incorporate what we talk about as far as supporting our Black community and, you know, just Detroit in general. You know what I'm saying?
And the first thing that we want to do before we really get this thing cracking, we give everybody their flowers, but we want to give our viewers their flowers today because y'all been rocking with us all year and it's definitely been a blessing, something starting from an idea to coming into fruition. Without you guys constantly tuning in, subscribing, sharing, we wouldn't even be able to keep going the way we're going. So definitely hats off to you viewers, the city of Detroit, for rocking with us.
Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already see I got my Lions hat on. We number 2 in the NFC, you know what I'm saying? So we going crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just want to let y'all know how much we appreciate everybody that click our videos, share our videos, you know, even the people that don't. We love everybody because we want to see everybody flourish in some form of another, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy when we started this podcast because, like my fiance said, it was an idea. It was something that, you know, I wanted to do in the back of my mind. It was my idea initially. And of course, you know, I'm going to bring her along because we, you know, twin flames. So we going to do the same.
Plus, we all know, you know, when you got a CEO on your team, you know, things happen.
Yeah, facts. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of CEO, shout out Natural Nation. You know what I'm saying? We are still located at 12 Oaks. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come and shop with us, y'all can come shop with us. If y'all want to order online, y'all can order online. And that is www.therealnaturalnation.com. And, you know, follow us on the pod on Instagram, THAPOD313 on the pod. You know, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, we just appreciative. We ain't gonna talk y'all head off. We just gonna just go over our guests this year, you know, funny moments, you know, and how things came about, you know, during our beginning, middle, and now end of the year wrap up. So the very first episode, it began January, and you know, typically the way we wanted to do it, we were just gonna have guests on and talk to them. We really didn't know which route we were gonna go.
Structure wasn't really formulated then. Yeah. I think it was more about us. I like how we organically put our programming together and the structure of our show. It was like by episode 2, 3, we was like on it. But the first time we sat down, I think it was like we we were just really trying to find ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. In the first 2 episodes that we shot, it was with my brother Tommy B. You know, he's no longer with us. Rest in peace to my brother. I love you. You know, I made him the very first episode, and then the second episode was Know the Vibe. You know, and that's my cousin. She's a music artist. You know, she got a big heart and she got a lot to offer to the world. So I felt like I wanted to start where I was familiar at. So I brought on my friend of 20 plus years and my cousins that I knew all her life. And, you know, very first episode was with Tommy B. And we sat, and, you know, Tommy, he was one of them people where he went through, you know, sickle cell anemia, and he had it his whole life. And I just wanted him to get on here and tell his story. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted him to get on here, you know, because he was real quiet, timid. He didn't really talk to a lot of people. So I wanted him to, like, shine some light on, you know, stuff that the Black community don't really know about like that. So, and I felt like it was successful. You know, shout out Rico. He did hella editing, dog-ass editing.
Reflections of our future multimedia.
Yes.
Rico definitely holds us down with the podcast. We've only had one videographer and editor this entire process. Yep. And the man definitely gets the job done. So we gonna give you your flowers this time, bro.
Hats off, Rico. We appreciate you more than you know. So, you know.
Something you mentioned too, and I think that's what a lot of people will get when they see that first episode. You know, we mentioned that Tommy suffered in silence, and then we were able to tell that story that so many individuals that suffer from complications of sickle cell, things that they go through that a lot of people don't know. It's almost like it's a phantom disease, things that you can't see how they're feeling, but they feel pain and have these crises and just different challenges that he expressed. I definitely felt like I learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go and give Tommy B some love, because we definitely wanted to tell his story on that first episode.
They're gonna draw your labs right now, and I don't want you to fight them. You need to let them.
Nobody's fighting nobody. I want my pain medicine. I'm in pain. Dilated in my veins, morphine when it work. I feel for you. I swear to God, I know why it hurts. Doctors thinking you lying when your pain getting worse. Mom squeeze my hand, that medicine go up in me first. My body burning, it's so strong that it's making me choke. I drop it till I tell God, please take me, let's go. But I'm a soldier, legs hurt. I just get on my knees. After birth, 1996, sickle cell came, crisis and pain, and everything that make me insane. Messing up my body, blood dripping, can't even breathe. So many needles, close my eyes, feel it all in my soul. Bear with me, I can't take it, so I let that shit go. A misfit to classrooms, think it's all just a joke. Couldn't swim with the other kids, play with the other kids. Pain coming, fuck, I guess it's back to the crib. So many drugs, shit, these drugs, they'll put you to sleep. I remember hospital nights, I write to the beat. From the machine, ask for more, they think you a fiend. This is my story, sickle cell, when my dreams come true. I speak for you, I defend you, tell them what we go through. I am your son, don't judge me cause it's marks on my sleeve. Before the Benadryl, in the cell, I'm itching inside. School missed me, unlike grades, I bet that kid won't fail. In life, it's more to it, I'm a poet, I write. The face of the youth, that opium, it fucks what I bring. Yeah, I see the reason why it's making this change. Yeah, I see the reason why we acting so strange. I paint a picture so perfect, I give you all that I can. Man, this feeling inside, feel like I'ma go. Heart racing, please take it, I don't want it no more. Man, this feeling inside, feel like I'ma go. Heart racing, please take it, I don't want it no more. Sick as hell, they couldn't tell unless I post a pic. This IV, a part of me, like a Siamese twin. Not only my friend, it helps, but it's killing my time. I'm not afraid, if I could, I would never rewind. It's a reason why I got it, so I leave it to him. Still breathing, body working, so I owe it to him. Not only his son, he built me to be strong like him. Beautiful blood, I drop a tear, thank the Lord I'm still here, I'm gone. I know. Yo, it's a point in time. The doctors told my mom I wouldn't make it past age of 10. Can't dribble a ball, can't play football, can't do what the other kids do. Don't ever let them tell you what you can't do. If you got a dream, go chase that shit. Hey, the realest shit I ever, bro.
Tommy, rest in paradise, brother. We got in the habit. The first episode we had them come at the same time, so we shot both the episodes together. So we like, all right, we just dropped this, and then we dropped that. So my cousin, after Tommy's interview went, my cousin came. Like I say, my cousin, she's a music artist. Know the vibe. Check her out on Spotify. She making her moves, but right now she trying to put her plan together on how exactly she want to, hit the world with her shit. And when we had her on, we just really talked about, her artistry and music and, how she came up, different things that she battled living in Detroit, just with Tommy too, things he battled in Detroit, things he overcame or, what I'm saying, because the people of Detroit. So originally, like, we just want to reach out to the heart of Detroit, the people that, what I'm saying, that really in Detroit and living that life and going through things and everything. So, like I say, know the vibe. She came, held it down for us. Shout out because y'all gave us the foundation. Noel, aka Know the Vibe, and Tommy, y'all gave us the foundation of the pod. So hats off to you and Tommy because y'all helped us build what we got to this point for. You know what I'm saying?
The pod pioneers.
Facts. So I'm always shout y'all out. Y'all my blood, y'all my family. So I'm gonna make sure I put all my people on. Everybody, all my people know I want to put all my people on. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get further into that, when we get deep into it. But after that, our next episode was with Kid the producer. You know what I'm saying? The thing with Kid was we Dahlia reached back out, just kind of got back in touch. Not even like, because it was like a lot of history between them two. So I told her to reach back out. And, they touched bases. And just one day we just pulled up to the studio where he was at. And he had a whole podcast room.
It definitely organically came together. For sure.
It was like, we just coming to say, hey, what up, And we kind of giving them ideas on what we want to do with the pod and everything. And he kind of gave us the idea, like, hey, y'all just shoot it in our podcast room.
Shout out to Kid because he definitely introduced us to Rico.
Yeah, and he introduced us to Rico, so. And we've been rocking. So, so I initially, us coming to rendezvous with Kid and, see what he was on. He kind of put us where like, okay, y'all can start here. And because we had different plans. We was going to just thug it out. I'm talking about like
hitting peerspace.com.
I swear, we was going to thug it out.
Looking for places. And then the suggestion came up like, hey, y'all just shoot here. So the rest was history after that. And so we were able to really sit down and learn a lot about Kid and just his influences and also how he influenced others. And I think what was dope was at that episode, that's when I realized that we locked onto something special. When he looked at you and said, how you know that?
Yeah.
That became
that was the standard. No, that was the first episode
that was the
too.
Standard. That was the standard. From that point forward, we loved that reaction.
Yeah.
Doing investigative journalism and really finding out about the guests. I mean, this guy is just a super sleuth. And we started getting that reaction practically every episode after that, where we were able to really dig deep into our guests, get them to divulge different details, tell us things about themselves. Yeah. Even in those moments that they may not have realized right until then, talking to us like, wow, you know what? And it just really became a super dope series because of that.
No, facts. And, we did something different with this episode that we didn't never do again. Is because we shot 2 people the first time, and this time we only did in the Kid interview. And we was like, how about we just break it into 2? We do part 1 and a part 2, but that only lasted his episode. Every other episode was just straight through, you know what I'm saying? And
But legends deserve definitely their time to speak, and especially I think too at the time you learn your format, and anybody that's developing a podcast that could be checking this out, you're gonna figure it out as you go along. You're gonna have it start one way, and then it's gonna constantly evolve, and you're gonna try things, and you're gonna keep throwing pasta at the wall until it sticks.
Thanks.
So once you find the right mix, you just ain't no turning back from that.
Yeah, and y'all can most definitely go and check out that interview with Kid the producer, part 1 and 2. And, that was a real nice sit down. I think the first 2 individuals we interviewed, it was just like I knew them. So I was just kind of running through their life. But with Kid, I really was like, let me find out some stuff
The
about
research.
You know what I'm saying?
That was our first
And
real research.
that was my first time like really digging in on the individual and pulling up stuff and just, asking about stuff that he forgot about or he didn't realize people even knew. So it was a dope experience at the end of the day. And again, shout out Kid. You know what I'm saying? You most definitely held it down and showed some love to the pod. You know what I'm saying? And our next episode was with Marcel Stewart, which is a fine arts painter.
Shout out Marcel.
Shout out Marcel. He came through and chopped it up with us. And really with Marcel, like he really do this painting stuff. Like really out here selling his paintings for $5,000, $8,000, $10,000. Like really a professional, He worked at Yamoja Fine Arts, so he still works there. I think he was the GM. I forgot
something
the exact.
Of that, like a managing partner.
Yeah.
But I think to me what was special about that episode was that was my first real conversation with somebody that was in fine art, speaking about the profession and their struggles and what they had to overcome. Yeah. And I think it was a real world like glimpse where we could literally live vicariously through his story and just see what life is like as an artist, literally struggling to become what he is today, and the fact that he was traveling and the media cut. Like, I thought that was super dope.
Right. No, it really was. You know what I'm saying? And, he went through his trials and tribulations as an artist to become who he is today, which, it's not too many, brothers, what I'm saying,
in the fine art world,
that's doing that like that. And we wanted just to tell his story because he had an ill story. Interview, very insightful, nice sit down. So y'all can go and check that one out. You know what I'm saying? Marcel Stewart. That was our interview with him. It was good. It was very cool. We actually ran into him and his wife.
Yeah, recently.
At
our shop at the mall.
Yeah, they come by our kiosk and we seen them with them recently and they purchased a few things and showed love. So
and shout out for the support.
Yeah, thanks. And our next episode that we had was with somebody that I grew up with. He's a musical artist. He been doing his thing for quite some time, and like now within the last year, he really been
active
noise.
and just released a movie too.
Shout
out, was it What About Christmas?
What About Christmas?
Yes, shout out Dean Jones.
It literally just came out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it'll be hitting Tubi soon, but it just hit theaters yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, day before. Mm-hmm. So, shout out the homie, Dean Jones. You know what I'm saying? His interview was real cool. That was my man. So, like, the conversation was easy. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of fun.
It was real fun, but I still did my digging. I was pulling up his beginning life, his first rap man.
Oh, no, he was entertained. Like, he was entertained.
He was looking like, y'all bought a body rock? Y'all really? I'm like, yeah, bro, we gonna dig deep. You know what I'm saying? So
from a structural aspect, I gotta point this out. By the time that Dean Jones episode hit, I don't know what, man, Rico, I don't know what you did. You put the sauce on it because it was like cinematic, was just Hollywood everything. Quality. You had Dean looking like a rock star.
Was fucking crazy.
The level of crispiness was the crispy was crisping. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, the lightings was hidden. Yeah, his interview was crispy as hell.
Yeah, Rico came through let me show y'all what I got. Period.
So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out the homie Dean Jones, my brother. Actually, he just dropped a new tape about a month ago. You know what I'm saying? It's called We Talking About Practice. Y'all can find that on all streaming platforms. Check him out. You know what I'm saying? He fire and he gonna do his thing on that beat. You feel me?
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And after him, our next guest was Miss Blackbird herself. You know what I'm saying? I'll let Dahlia kind of intro her because this her home.
Well, definitely, sis. Miss Bird definitely is phenomenal. She's an author. Bird has just so many books on the floor, businesses. She has the Bird Brain Co. and just the Messy Baby Mama series. And I got caught wind to her and with her first book, Get Over 'Em Girl, and I bought that book and I thought it was a very insightful book, and just to watch her grow from that first book to now and to what she was grossing off her series. Like, sis definitely goes crazy, gives back to the community, helps establish businesses all over the country. And just in that Black girl power, we had to get her on because you know, that's something that Detroiters need to see, that people in the metro area are actually, you know, doing things to help. You just have to tap into your resources and reach out to these people, because sometimes some of them are just a DM away.
Exactly.
And you know, we had to get her right. She came through icy with the buffs on. We had to make her hit the blade. With the buffs on.
She hit the blade.
Yeah, we had to get you. We had to get you. She's a little embarrassed, but we had a good time. And most of all, her story was so powerful. Yeah. You know, being Flint bred, and then making her way to Detroit and marrying a Detroit man, and just that whole transition. Yes, indeed. Shout out Mo as well. Shout out Mo for sure. And that whole transition and just what she's done with her life and walking away from a career into where she is, it's phenomenal. So definitely check out Bird's interview. You'll learn a lot.
No, that's real. She went through so much stuff, you know what I'm saying? And just to see where her life is now and what she planned on doing is crazy. That's why we tell y'all, like, no matter what y'all go through in life, y'all can, you know what I'm saying, y'all can get to where y'all want to, no matter what happened, no matter what you experience, because life, I always said life means to me, living isn't fucking easy. That's what life means to me. So, you know, I want to shout out Bird because she's been very, very adamant on, you know what I'm saying, helping my lady and her, you know what I'm saying, they very cool and work together. She, you know, her and her husband doing something real big. I ain't gonna say it too much, but you know what I'm saying, when it drop, we gonna promote, we gonna make sure that we hold it down, you know what I'm saying? So shout out Bird, shout out Mo, you know what I'm saying? Y'all most definitely family, and you know, anytime, pull up, chill, have some drinks. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, anytime you step on the pod, one of our guests said it best. Anytime you step on the pod, you certified, you family, you a pod pioneer. So, hey, you come on this show, we going to hold you down.
Yes, yes. And after Bird, our next guest was somebody that we currently work with to this day. Me and my lady, we dropping an album first quarter of the year. It's called His and Hers. And this individual that we had on next, you know, he did quite a bit of production on there. You know what I'm saying? Even he got fire music. And the person that I'm speaking of is Woodrow the Entertainer.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Hats off to my mans. You know what I'm saying?
Steady working. For sure. No stagnation.
You know what I'm saying? His interview, it was funny because I was bringing up old stuff and he just knew, like, man, I need to remove all this stuff from my Facebook. y'all done found some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it was fun. You know, a very chill interview. We dug into his career and, you know, the things that he's accomplished and even the things that he's still accomplishing. Like, he's still working. He's still going towards his goal. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important part of the pie. We want to recognize people that's still fighting for what they believe in and what they want to do.
And then, too, when you look, when you have individuals like him that have worked with so many different people, you can just look into some greatness in people's catalogs and then connect somehow to Woodrow, or he's somehow a part of that circle. Facts. Or, you know, and it's just certain individuals, they just be everywhere. And if you always present, you always everywhere, and you do good business, you're going to get far.
No, that's real. And, you know, his was cool to the point, like, we pull up to his studio to this day and record, and he play unreleased music, and it's just always a vibe.
It's a vibe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out his lady, Latrice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She cool people as well. You know, the dreadheads over there. But all love, man. But and after Woodrow, we had this guest on where this was the first interview I had with a person where after Tommy, our very first episode, he passed away the following month after his interview. So, you know what I'm saying? And that shit kind of hit me crazy.
That was a tough time. We took a couple weeks off.
And it was, we took some weeks off from the pod shooting episodes. But, you know, our next individual that we had on the pod was Jason Phillips. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all know him, a lot of y'all don't, but if you don't, you need to get to know him.
He's one of the hottest tattoo artists in the city, first of all. You
Facts. Know. Shout out to Ink Spot. You know what I'm
indeed.
Saying?
Ink Spot off 6 Mile. He's been holding it down for years.
6 Mile Evergreen, for
He
sure.
was definitely voted in the top 3, tattoo businesses in the city, professional. Mm-hmm. Definitely not fitting in with some of those stereotypes that people try to put out there about tattoo shops. Very clean, very professional.
Yeah.
And he's also real connected to the artist community with spoken word, musical artistry, but he's also a fine art painter as well.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of pieces that are odes to Black femininity and
Be putting
political
24 karat gold.
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
24
yeah.
karat gold be in his pieces he be making. Like, it'd be crazy. Like,
and he displays Black women so elegantly and regal in his paintings, and he's a very dope individual, highly influential, educated brother, and he kicked a lot of game too, you know, about some things he went through with his struggles with opening his business, different things he had to overcome, and definitely something you can learn from his interview as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying, shout out Jason Phillips. He that man. He shared his interview one time.
And it shot up quick.
It got us like 200 views in like a day. I'm like, oh yeah, he that dude. You know what I'm saying? He that dude. So shout out Jason. You always welcome back, my dog. And I'm gonna come get my first tat by you. One day.
I'm gonna hold him to that.
I'm documenting
he has virgin skin, zero tattoos.
Yeah, so
I'm
you're gonna be the first one I holler at. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I'm already one up on you. I got one on my neck. You know, by Jason. I'm gonna have to get an update. That was a long time. So I'm gonna have to get a new tattoo, brother.
Yes. And you know, after Jason's interview, it was a lot of fun this next interview or two, because the people that we had on, this was our first time having two people on. And it was still fun. It was cool. It required more work and more.
It tested our skills a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the people I'm speaking of is Courtney Jones and Erica Varnes. They were collaborative on like
for
business.
a period of time, absolutely. Yeah. With Motor City Made and Detroit Business Collaborative.
Yep. They just recently did the 313 Day this past March. That, you know, Natural Nation was in the building as a vendor. The Pod was in the building, creating footage and creating memories.
And we got a video of that too.
And we do have a video
so make
of
sure you check out that footage.
Yes. And to this day, the 313 Day video is our most viewed video. So, you know what I'm saying? That just seeing that alone, it just give me motivation to keep going. So if you want to go check it out, it's most definitely in our catalog, 313 Day. The Erica Varnes and the Courtney Jones interview, we just really touched bases on them being business women and them living their life the way they want to, because they both said in their interviews that they left their jobs to be entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you do things like that, you really want to make sure that your ducks are in a row, because you taking a chance on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when it's on you, then you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. So it's like they took that and, you know, created their circle of business, and Courtney out here doing her thing. Erica, we are a little bit more closer to Courtney. Shout out Courtney than we are with Erica. But you know, Courtney, she is a very, very wonderful, very, very smart. She does everything on her own. It's like, you know, her whole family going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Shout
The
out,
entrepreneurship,
you know,
listen.
Coney Grill, Mucho Dinero, their whole family going crazy.
I'll
like,
say this.
real.
And God rest her soul, your mother definitely breeded a family of, she put together a family of just hustlers, just innovative individuals. And y'all are so blessed. And I hope that y'all continue to just strive and grow for sure. Shout out Courtney Jones and Detroit Business Collaborative.
Yes.
Y'all are just such a beautiful family and what y'all doing. And, you know, definitely the pod is here to support in any way we can, because we love to see people making moves. And definitely, again, like we always say, some of these people are just a DM away. If you have questions about business, you want to be connected to some things, definitely contact Detroit Business Collaborative at dbc313.com, because Courtney definitely can help put your business together. It's a great local resource to help Detroit grow.
Yeah, facts. And, you know, her next 313 Day is going to be so
And you know we
big.
in the building. We in the building.
We gonna drop the flyer. We going to drop the flyer.
Yes,
Boom.
yes.
You see the flyer. You know what I'm saying? 313 Day for vendors. If y'all want to come out, the pricing is on the flyer.
And it is
you know
limited. So
it is
tap
very
in.
limited. It's going to be a very, very big guest that's going to pop up. Last year, she had Sada Baby. Well, this past
This
March,
year, listen, we don't know
Sada
much.
Baby.
We don't know much, but we know it's gonna be big.
It's gonna be
So
some
make
ill
sure,
shit.
just make sure y'all there, cause this last one, insane. This one, bigger venue. She told me it's going to be some even bigger celebrities in the building.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all get y'all spot locked in.
Yes.
That's all I got to say.
So y'all go tune in with Courtney Jones, and you know what I'm saying, if y'all rocking with it, go holler at her. You know what I'm saying? So our next episode that we had, this was actually our very first episode where we had more than 2 people.
That was fun.
We actually had 4 people on, and my mind didn't know how to really go at that because I talk a little more than her during the interviews. So, and in the route that I was going with prior interviews, I just get information on one person. So this time I'm like, you know, it's gonna be 4 people in here. I gotta make sure I got something on this person, that person. And the people who we speaking of is Dot Gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out B Scar. Shout out P Dot 3269 Chaz. Shout out Sinatra and shout out Sig Dollar. You know what I'm saying?
4 juggernauts, huh?
For sure. Now Sig didn't make the first interview, so we only talked to Sinatra, P Dot, and Chaz.
And Scar.
Scar was there too.
Scar
So
was on there.
My mind was still like, you know, if y'all go watch that interview and y'all will see, I'm trying to make it even because I didn't want to sit on one person for 20 minutes.
I think you juggled it all right.
I think I'm jumping. I'm like, so you know, but it made me better at doing this and at doing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's going to be times where it's going to be multiple people on. But we were so used to just one person at a time. And then the Courtney and Erica, that was 2. So it was like, okay, that's doable. But when it was 4, when I thought it was 4, it was really 3 because Sig didn't come. But it was still a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was real dope. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of stuff that's coming out, dropping.
Oh, they stay working.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Sinatra, I know he dropping something soon. He been in the booth working on some shit. You know, P Dot just recently dropped Problem Child 3. You know what I'm saying? And also, with Chaz, he dropped Mason May, Janice Baby Boy Volume 1, you know what I'm saying, on the 4th of September, I believe it was. And they both
be honest, though,
came out at the same time, and both of them albums,
they fire.
Man.
But it's like the way they work, by the time you catching on and you talking about one album, they already getting ready to release the next project.
Facts.
It's constant. It's constantly going. I actually just made a comment on, because they had a show this evening. I actually made a comment to P Dot. I said, man, sis, stay working. Because every time you look, something's rolling, something's going, and it's like it don't stop. So hats off to y'all. Definitely giving y'all flowers again. We love to see the progress. We love to see y'all repping the city and putting on for yourself.
Exactly. So, you know, after Dot Gang came, I felt like, yeah, that was the most, you know what I'm saying, time.
It was exhausting, but it was a lot of fun. It was exhausting, but fun.
We had B talking. He's saying 1 or 2 things, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It turned out real dope, you know, and y'all could go check that video out as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Dot Gang, shout out Scarb, shout out the whole team over there. You know what I'm saying? We know we fuck with y'all.
We give them the credit. They broke us in with the group interview. So we give y'all the credit for that.
Facts.
We was big tired, but we was cheesing like we did that.
Yes. And after their interview, we had this next interview was it was prolonged a little bit. Because, you know, when you try to get in touch with certain people, it's not always as easy because you don't know they moving, their life is so.
This is stuff you don't see when we release it. Right. You know, going through things like this, trying to book or get aligned with people's schedules, rescheduling, all those different things. That's a headache. That's a part of the podcast world that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's, you know, just trying to meet people in the middle. That's a challenge, and you just got to be persistent. Sometimes you might have to circle back a month later and talk to somebody, or you know,
that
you just gotta be
be
persistent.
Happened a few times, but this next individual, you know what I'm saying, legend in these Detroit streets. I want to shout out my brother, my homie, K-Do, aka KDZ.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was more than a pleasure to have you on the pod, bro. I'm glad you got a chance to tell your story.
And it was,
you know,
super dope. The way you opened up and was telling us certain details. And, you know, there was a moment that you and Sir LA had on the camera. So when you were and KDZ was talking and he looked at you and he's like, man, I'm so glad you brought that up. And he was like, nobody ever mentioned that. When you brought up what that song meant to him and the space he was in. I thought that was super dope and how he shared his story.
The song was called I'm Sorry.
Yes.
And, you know what I'm saying, us doing our ghetto journalism, you know what I'm saying, I kind of dug and I found that song meant a lot to him. But he didn't really say, he don't say that a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them times where I brought up something and I kind of had our guests like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody never asked me about that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I guess, you know, most people, they go on podcasts, they get asked, you know, the same type stuff. Stuck in My Ways, you had a song on there called I'm Sorry. How that song make you feel, man?
Oh man, I still like bro, like that record, like man, like I put it to you this way, like when I first heard that record, when I came to the studio and Kid just had the beat playing, I like literally put Kid out the room and I closed the door and I just sat at the board and I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just started crying. Like before I ever wrote one word to that song, it was like the tears was just
an energy,
pouring out. You know what I mean? And I was just like, and then it seemed like once I got done with the tears, it was like I picked up a piece of paper and a pen, and it was like my pen just was doing this on its own. You know what I mean? But again, the direction of Kid, you know what I'm saying? Because he was able to bring that out of me because he was like, yo, okay, I get it. You a gangster, you balling, you shopping, you partying, you fucking hoes, you doing this, you doing all of that. But now, guess what? He was like, yo, the people want to know what's up in your real life. So I was like, whoa. I'm like, okay. So then I had to sit down. So the song I'm Sorry is wrote to my firstborn child, which is my daughter, Vashani. Shout out, Vashani, I love you.
All right.
It was to my mom. And it was also to my granddad, who had recently passed away right before I met Kid. And my grandfather was like everything to me, man. Like I was really like a granddad's boy. You know what I mean? Him and my grandmother, they like my world. So I was able to just in that song. I'm glad, man. People never ask me about stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and that's what we try to do, man. Yeah, we try to make when we bring people on here.
We try to bring out meaningful.
We try to ask them stuff.
You know, I love that. I'm glad that I came here today. Even to have this conversation. A lot of times when I go do interviews, people don't really be asking me shit that I really, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that I came here today. But as far as that song, I'm Sorry. That's crazy that you said that because I'm Sorry is like one of my favorite songs that I ever did.
Oh, wow.
And that's because it means so much to me. You know what I mean? If you got opportunity or you got time, anybody who watching this, go listen to that song. Go to YouTube and listen to I'm Sorry. Yeah. And
that's why I asked you, because I knew that touched somewhere.
I believe that you'll be able to hear the pain. I believe that you'll be able to hear how I really felt when I wrote that record.
We try to dive in on our guests and their life and talk about nothing but them and where they went through and their triumphs and where they got to, you know what I'm saying? And that whole interview with KDZ, man, it was unreal, you know what I'm saying? Because that was my first time actually meeting him. You know, Dahlia had a relationship with KDZ years ago, you know what I'm saying, and was around him in the studio when she was full-fledged.
And that man's work ethic, you get in the studio with him, you'll learn something.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I really had fun with Kato. You know what I'm saying? He just recently actually too just released his own his movie called Red Flags.
Phenomenal job. Yes, he did a great job. He set a standard.
He wrote it, directed, and starred in it. You know what I'm saying? And that is on Tubi. So if y'all want to go check out Red Flags on Tubi, please go run it up for the homie KDZ. Because he got more shit coming. More movies coming. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff.
And shout out to you too, KDZ, for granting us the opportunity to cover our first red carpet. The pod was invited as one of the media in the building. Sure. And there was a lot of wonderful podcasts in the building as well. And we were able to just speak to the star-studded cast of all our local celebrities. We even got to talk to Royce Reed. That was dope, you know, from Basketball Wives.
Jack Funny, Jackpot the Juice.
We talked to our legendary comedians, you know, like
Coco, like Shawnee D.
That was everybody. Y'all gotta just see it.
That was one of our best nights. But it's crazy because that night was bittersweet, and I know Rico gonna be like, man, but I want to be real because when you go through things, when you trying to get to where you at, shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And when we did that whole premiere, you know, some kind of backfired in the audio.
Some technical issues.
So audio's kind of acting crazy, but we still made do. We still created something. But I'm saying that to say, no matter what bumps you come across, you have to keep going to your dream. You have to keep doing what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, everything is not going to just flow perfectly. Everything is not going to go the right way. That's why it's trial and error. And we only humans, and we live and we learn through what we do.
But you know something? This is what I got to say for anybody that's out here in this world trying to put something together. Those times, those trials and tribulations, they just really show you what you're made out of at the end of the day. And what it showed us was, first of all, we killed it. We looked great. Our setup was professional. Everybody was impressed. We talked to everybody. We made an impression. Mm-hmm. Then we took some lemons and we not only made lemonade, we made margaritas out of them. We made lemon meringue pie. We flipped it around and did something so ill. Shout out to Rico with the improvisation that he had put in place because we still ended up with something really dope, recapping our entire red carpet night, you know, and that was just a great learning experience. And I'm definitely excited to do more events and red carpets.
For sure. And you know, after KDZ, we had another young lady come on. She's a life coach, entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? She's an author. Her name was Lanasia. And when she came on, she was very animated. Like the way she talked, like she is like a motivational speaker, I think, something along those lines too. So just the way she talked, it just be like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? And she was just talking about her life and what she went through to become who she is and, you know, how she started her business and where she started from. So, you know, it was real dope to have her on. Shout out Lanasia, you know what I'm saying?
She was dropping some gems, though, for the mental health, too. So it's like she's definitely a young lady you can learn from. Make sure y'all tap in on that episode and go follow Lanasia. She always has something inspirational, something to uplift you on her page, especially if you're having one of them days.
For sure. And after Lanasia, our next guest was somebody that was in the works because he don't live in Michigan no more. He had recently moved. And I want to shout out my homie, Chef Tony. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Doughboy Cash Out. Shout out everybody on his side.
Dirty's Catering.
The whole
The Gripper, all that.
All that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when he got on and we started talking to him,
that was a hell of an episode.
I didn't realize how like down to earth he really was. Like,
and funny. He's funny.
You know what I'm saying? He's real funny, like, and he real business minded. And like when I tell you, like, he running the shit out of his business up. Like he running that shit up. Like he just put a spot in Houston. You know what I'm saying? He got a spot here that he going crazy off of. And, you know, just the way he move. You know what I'm saying? He a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He build relationships with people and he make his shit pop. You know what I'm saying? So shout out the homie, Chef Tony. Shout out his wife. His
yeah,
3
definitely
kids.
a family man.
You know what I'm saying? He love his kids. Like he do everything.
And listen, I gotta say this though. The brother got one of the crispiest wardrobes ever.
Nah, yeah, like I ain't gonna
his
lie.
wife be stepping out. Okay?
Tony be stepping out. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
They crispy. Okay, so listen, if you got aspirations, you out here doing your thing. The best advice that Chef Tony said, he said, I don't care what you doing, make a chicken sandwich. He said it don't matter who got a chicken sandwich, how many chicken sandwiches is, make your chicken sandwich.
Make your own, exactly. And you know, after his very funny and silly interview, we had our first, I think on his interview I said first filmmaker, but really KDZ was our first filmmaker. But I'm gonna just give him the title of first Emmy award winner with 2 Emmys under his belt. And he been making noise in Detroit as a producer. He's getting his direct on, and he does a lot
and
around
the city.
Just an
overall fine human being in general. Just a great spirit to be around, a man of God, a family man,
for sure.
And just a really, really great energy to have in the room, and somebody really wise too. We had some really great topics that we covered in our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt really intrigued, especially about the one project that he created where he won the Emmy for, and we were talking about that.
Right.
I thought that was
the
super
Cody
dope.
High documentary.
Correct.
I know we didn't say his name yet, but we about to go ahead and let y'all know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tamashian the Visionaire Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the homie. He received 2 Emmys for producing on a documentary that's on Tubi called Cody High. And he's been making his rounds. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped a documentary. The Quilt Lady. I forgot her name, April something. I forgot, but y'all can check it out. Like, he going crazy. Like, shout out to the homie. He basically like family, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to have him on, you know, and it was real dope. And shout out his wife, shout out his kids, you know what I'm saying? And shout out everything that they doing on their end. After him, you know what I'm saying, we had one of the homies on. Shout out Miles Caffey, you know what I'm saying? He came on. He's a high school teacher. You know, he went to college. He got Michigan made. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of stuff for his community.
He was hosting like Greek picnics and
you
know, definitely his wife owns a salon. They have different businesses. It was just super dope just sitting down speaking to a Black educator, a Black man that's an educator that's working on making a difference in his community, making an impact by not only supporting the children that he teaches, but also trying to provide them with a quality education. And he's very, very big into sports, basketball, like, okay. He makes sure he support, you know, these youngsters while they doing their thing in the sports. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. We need more active role models in our community, but we also need more coverage of the people that's doing this, that's really out here.
Yep, facts. So shout out to the homie, Mad Miles, aka Miles Caffey.
Oh, we forgot to mention he a podcaster too.
He a podcaster, yeah. So, yo, shout out to the homie Miles, you know what I'm saying? To his Forecast podcast, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can check him out on YouTube. And he does his thing, and he has his guests on, and he makes sure he get down to the nitty gritty with his people. You feel me?
All right.
So shout out to all my Black people. You know what I'm saying? And after Miles, we had our first singer on, and she is a very interesting person, very dope voice. Her name is Isis DeMille. You know what I'm saying? And her interview, I ended up doing by myself.
Hey, I had to go handle some business.
So she couldn't be there. So I just basically, you know, did it by myself. And she still was impressed on our setup. And, I was digging into her life and bringing up stuff. I'm blowing her mind. I'm not even gonna lie. She was good.
I was thoroughly impressed with her interview. I loved her spirit. Her artistry is great. You follow her on social media. You just watch her come alive. She's always singing, always working, always active.
Always working.
You know, we even got to catch her at the Inkster Music Fest this summer.
Yep.
She was killing it with the band. Sis provides a quality show. She has a beautiful voice. Mm-hmm. She's great to watch on stage, has a wonderful look. And I'm wishing her all the success because, you know, she's definitely a superstar.
Facts. So shout out Isis DeMille. Y'all can check her out on streaming platforms as well. And honestly, y'all can probably find her performance on when she performing all the time.
Sis stay working.
Y'all will find her somewhere. So shout out Isis. You know what I'm saying? After Isis, we end up having a rapper on. And he is very close with Courtney Jones, and he works close with her. His name is 100 Grand, and exactly. So he already know that's our shit. We talk about that in the interview, and I was fucking him up too. I fucked him up too. I brought up like I say, when I do my digging, like I does it. Like I brought up an incident. I brought up an incident that happened at his job years ago, and he looked at me like, I don't know how you know that, but damn. And then he ended up telling the story, you know what I'm saying? So y'all want to hear what he said in the story, go click his interview. Yeah, go check that on out. 100 Grand, you know what I'm saying? He got some shit coming very soon, and he been moving, working. So shout out to the homie, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you was there.
I was there for that one. That was a cool episode. We had some fun.
And our next episode that we had was with a very a dope Detroit singer, and he has been around like a lot of people. Rubbed shoulders with a lot of different individuals. Was around the Queen, Aretha Franklin. You know what I'm saying?
And got to sing for her. I mean, that's super
for
dope.
her, and like was just he was making his rounds, and he got a few songs out on streaming platforms.
But
as
he's
well.
definitely a wonderful live performer. You'll find a lot of footage of him performing live in some very prestigious venues too. And the individual we're speaking of is Edo Valley. Shout out to the brother Edo Valley. He really was dropping some serious gems on what he was going through mentally and overcoming his challenges and just certain roadblocks he was facing where he's literally rising in his music career and getting these opportunities out of state, and then the passing of his mother.
Right. He had to, he was dealing with that, and he was so close to her, so. You know what I'm saying? It kind of messed up his mental stability on what he needed to do. But, it's all love, Edo. You know what I'm saying? You keep doing your thing, bro. Keep thugging out.
We're rooting for you.
No, facts,
period.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And our next interview that we had.
It's a nice little list. We was
working.
We was working. We was doing some. We put some work in. We shot in the gym a few times this year.
This next interview was with somebody that I was mad as hell that I wasn't there because I was out handling business and out maneuvering. So she handled the interview by herself.
But I held it down.
She held it down. I gave her my notes. And
listen,
I'm
not always the supporting actress, you guys. I'm not always a supporting actress. I can step out in front if I need to.
Facts. So shout out to the homie, the Detroit fashion monster.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a perfect descriptor. Detroit fashion monster. You got to put that as a caption.
Facts.
I love it.
Marv Neal, what's good? The homie, the brother.
Where do we
start?
What I'm
saying?
With
I don't
this
even
guy,
know
man.
where to start.
He's
this
the
dude
epitome
everywhere.
Of Detroit fly style meets high fashion. I mean, his career chronologically, watch that interview, super dope. Chronologically, just how he evolved and got into styling and designing with Genius Denim. And now, this brother's doing costumes and wardrobe for BMF too. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch somebody just really do what they love and flourish at it.
Like, he is the man. Like, when people come to the city, they looking for Marv. Like, Marv, that dude, like, he gonna style us for our wedding. He don't know it yet, but you know what I'm saying? We just putting that into the universe. So Marv, you heard it, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be looking for you in about a year, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love, man. Keep doing your thing, keep thugging, man, and keep holding Detroit down, Marv.
Absolutely.
You know
and if you're looking for some gems on how to break into styling, he was dropping a few gems here and there, so definitely check it out.
Facts. Our next guest that we had was a very special guest with me. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of a few degrees separated from me, and I'm glad I was able to get in contact with him. But the person who I'm speaking of is Kay Felder. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get to make that one.
Yeah, she wasn't there. I think you had some Natural Nation stuff
it's
going on.
It's all good. Sometimes we can't be two places at once.
Yeah, but it's all love because I held her down. That was actually our first episode shooting in the new space. Because if y'all notice, our first few episodes,
it was a different color scheme.
You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes you gotta relocate, move things around. But that don't stop the show. You just keep rolling.
So his interview dug in on his life, how he made it out of high school to college, all the way to the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
And playing overseas. I mean, like, that's dope.
Or overseas. This is the whole nine. Like, he playing in China currently, and like, the MVP. This past year, he's been the MVP in China. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he been that dude. He just been criticized on his height. You know what I'm saying? And people used to always say little stuff like that, but a monster. So shout out to the homie
and right
Kay
from
Felder,
the city,
dog.
So definitely check it
right
out.
From the city. Everybody we brought up been from Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Metro area.
Or the metro area, or just the mitten. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the homie. Keep working, dog. The next interview we had, this person is like family to me, for real, you know what I'm saying? My daughter is his daughter's cousin, so, shout out to the Inkster legend, you know what I'm saying? T. Pringle.
Man,
you know what I'm
fire
saying?
artist.
Fire,
his catalog
dog.
is crazy.
Fire. I'm going to run it over my game. Hey, I'm going to run it over my game.
Listen.
Hey, that's my shit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the song of the summer was definitely Rare Form.
Rare form, for sure.
I mean, I went to jail for the cutter on my neck. Hey, like, listen, that song is a whole vibe.
It is,
whole
man.
Vibe.
And like T-Dot, man, you know what you doing with this music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also, he got the Pocket Bullies, and he go crazy with the Pocket
And
Bullies.
they're beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Rare blood, rare form, you know what I'm saying? And he makes sure he does his thing. Shout out his wife, too. You know what I'm saying? Keish Cole Creations. You know what I'm saying? She got her own shop in Romulus. So Keish Cole Creations, y'all can go check her out. But you know what I'm saying? That's the homie, you know what I'm saying?
He definitely doing his thing. He got next up. I'm going to keep saying it.
Facts. So remember that name, T. Pringle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because he going to make some noise, like way bigger noise than he making now. Like, give him in the next 6-8 months. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Like, bro been off the hook, dropping visuals, dropping all type of shit. Like, he doing his thing. The next individual that we had on is a very close friend with Dahlia, and it became a close friend to me. Shout out to the homie, Mr. Sound Off Sundays himself, Mr. Ken Brash. You know what I'm saying?
Brass Hole.
Brass Hole. 81.
What up, baby?
What's
what up,
good,
Brass
bro?
Hole?
It was love having you on, man. Just talking about what you do for the Detroit community and how you like to put people on the forefront with their music and their artistry.
He be having blue checks stop through his open mic.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
He's
everybody.
Very respected in the hip hop community. What he does to put people on, businesses, what he does he loves, first of all, he's an advocate for women. You know, he respects women. He puts us on with our music. And also he has Tampalooza every year, an annual event where he takes in donations for feminine care products, donates them to women in need, but he has an all-female lineup of performers, and he's just a fabulous individual that does things actively for his community. Yes. And no matter what negativity is in the world, because I can't be saying niggas be nigging. He keeps going, and it never stops, you know. Sure. And rest in peace to DJ Equad. He definitely was a part of the Sound Off Sunday series for a long time.
Thanks. So shout out to the brother, the homie, Ken Brash, man. You already know what it is, my bro. You know what I'm saying? And the next individual we have as a guest was he little but he big. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, man. DJ Flex Live, man. Livest DJ in the city, man. You
man, I call him the young OG because he's been active.
Bro.
He's been active for so many years, and a lot of people, the problem is because people remember him from when he was a kid rapping and things like that, they still kind of little dog him in their mind. Right. Like, nah, yeah, you might know him from then, but I don't know if you know the Flex you see before you today. This is big dog. Give him his respect. Thanks. He's the young OG for a reason because he definitely put in the work. He went from helping people carrying equipment to rocking out to thousands of people and the official DJ for 42 Doug. And I mean, it's a crazy situation to watch.
All day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the little bro. You know what I'm saying? He only like 22 years old, but you would thought he was 40. The way he moves and the way he is.
Just everything, too, that he overcomes and all the different challenges he faces, from battles in his personal life and his health to losing someone so close to him, his mother. Yeah. But he still keeps pushing forward. And that story, that interview was so powerful, y'all. If y'all ever going through something, watch that Flex interview because you'll be amazed at how this brother is still pushing no matter what he's been through. It's inspiring.
For sure. So shout out to the brother, to the homie, Flex Live.
The livest DJ
in the city. Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? And the next interview we had after Flex was Crystal Bradford.
That was fun. That was our first morning interview. My God.
That was our very first time morning. Because normally we shoot on Sundays. And at night, on Sundays at night. Our first interview that we didn't shoot on Sunday was Chef Tony. Because he didn't live here, so he was back and forth. So we shot his on a Thursday.
You got to work around guests.
You got to work with people. You know what I'm saying? He was our first guest that we shot 9 Sunday. And then Crystal Bradford, WNBA star. You know what I'm saying? A gold medal Olympic medal winner. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of ill shit. Like, just won the championship, 2 championships in the last 2-3 months. playing overseas, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine. Like, her energy is just so pure and beautiful. It's like she just the most livest person in the room. Wherever room she go in.
Conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
And her mentioning just different things about mental health and it was dope. And even her addressing, you know, publicly that situation that she was involved in and how she grew from that.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah. And shout out Big BG, Brittany Griner.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? They released her. She back at home. And we touched bases on BG during the Crystal Bradford interview because she, you know, played with her and everything. So since then, she has came home. So shout out, welcome back and everything. So, you know, that was real dope. And like I said, that was our first interview in the morning. So we and this boy,
Sus was in here. She definitely
had all the energy.
Yeah,
all the energy.
Yeah, but you know what? She stepped it up for me. I said, yeah, okay, I think I can do this morning thing. Then she came through with the corned beef hash.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, that was some. That shit was
hungry.
crazy.
Dang, we need to go get some.
No, facts. We do need to get some.
Shout out Jagged Fork in Southfield.
Yeah,
facts. Whichever one of them. You know they neighbors. So look.
And after Crystal interview, which was dog as hell, our next interview was with Sig Dollar. You know what I'm saying? Sig Dollar was he a part of Dot Gang, but he wasn't able to make it.
And he's a separate entity too as well.
Yeah, he got his own thug
and they rock together.
And since he didn't make it the first time, we told him like, "Bet man, we gonna lock you in and we gonna get you in here." So he got his own interview and everything, and we touched bases about his life. You know, his battle rap career, his rap career, you know, his life in general, being married at a young age, having children, you know what I'm saying? And the things that he had to go through to get to the person he is today. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Sig always been a stand-up guy. Every time I see him, every time I talk to him, stand-up guy.
And, you know, to me, what was really dope, and I always look at the deeper side of things from a psychological level. And what he was able to do was still express, you know, just because don't draw up any type of conclusions based on a person's affiliations. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm still out here doing this and making these moves and doing something with myself and for other people. And I think it's dope the platform he has, especially that he's going to be passing the baton he mentioned for his battle rap platform. And
right.
I just thought that whole interview was super dope, and it gave us a side to him that some people may not get to see.
No, that's facts. So shout out to the homie Sig Dollar. Keep doing your thug thizzle. Keep dropping your shit, bro.
And congrats again on your new house, bro.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
Like,
we did his interview. He was literally moving that day, or he just finished moving. So
yes, and those posts, just the posts, he like, man, I'm chilling. Like, it's good. Like, I was feeling that. Like, I felt like I just moved to like, yeah, bro. Do that. So congrats on that. Thanks. Blessings and abundance to you and your family, Sid.
Yes. And the next interview was an individual. She was in my top 5 people who I wanted on this podcast before it even shot this first episode.
Yeah.
It was my top 5. She was in my top 5. She was somebody that I went to high school with, you know, was cool with. I haven't seen her in a while, but since last time I seen her, she has been off the chain.
Going crazy.
Yes, and I want to shout out Miss Dream Rich herself. DD was good. I said that funny, deep.
But you know what?
Shout out DD, Miss Dream Rich.
That interview was super dope. And the part that really hit home for me, honestly, was when she discussed how she was having the different struggles with the brand from a professional level, as far as trademarking battles
and the name and
stuff that we don't even think about when we starting our businesses. The different things she was going through with that, and just all the successes, the highs and lows, then to her whole shop getting flooded out and having to make business decisions and starting anew.
Yeah.
But it's like her management situation with Baby Money taking her in such a different direction. And it's just that whole story was crazy. It was beautiful though.
You know, shout out Baby Los, aka Baby Money. You know what I'm saying? Didi is his manager, and she, you know, she handles his, you know, affairs. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big move for the city, because both of them from the city. So it's a big
and going
move,
crazy.
Big move.
Going
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? So, you know, Didi, she touched on her having epilepsy, you know, and the things she faced and had to deal with, you know what I'm saying, with having that for 7 years. She had it for 7 years. So, you know, that plays a part in your life when you want to just do regular things, but you can't because something holding
certain
you back.
limitations.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you see where she is now. So she clearly didn't let shit stop whatever she wanted to do.
We got some of the most inspiring guests.
I swear, like
everybody we bring on is just they're living proof. Like, just don't give up, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna come into fruition. What you striving for.
And speaking on that, our very next guest is somebody that defined all the goddamn odds, did everything she said she was gonna goddamn do, and doing even more than she said she was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the homie Randy Rosario. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was one of those situations, backstory, where you got to try to work with people. You got to be persistent. It was like we had to get our schedule aligned because we had to get Sus on there.
Had to.
And, sometimes, especially when you're dealing with individuals that are larger than life, that have these great followings and a huge presence, sometimes it's difficult to get in contact with those individuals, especially if they don't have direct assistance. But it was like, we was persistent. We was like, no, we got to get Randy. We got to get her. And we were so happy when that was put together. Shout out Cam Brass Hall. Definitely made that connected those pieces, because we knew that we would get a phenomenal interview out of Randy, and she came in and really was dropping them gems. If y'all don't follow Randy, y'all missing out, because she's a powerful voice, a powerhouse voice of femininity, strength, and truth. So she always gonna keep it with buck and drop some knowledge too.
Thanks. So shout out her whole gang over there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out JT. Shout out the little ones.
Her brand is phenomenal. Definitely tap in with Randy.
Check out what she got going on, because it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Randy.
Miss CEO Randy Rosario. Check her out.
Thanks. And our next episode after Randy was honestly is one of my top 3 favorite interviews. It is with Maestro Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Maestro.
The Detroit hip hop legend. You know what I'm saying? Then work with everybody.
Shout out Silent Riot.
Shout out Silent Riot. Shout out the whole gang over there. Shout out Dale.
Listen,
shout out everybody.
The brother not only scored Red Flags, but he just scored that Jordan commercial for the Jordan 2s that dropped for the city. I mean, come on. You scored a Jordan commercial.
Like he didn't work with so many legends and people, and
it was only natural to make it to that next level.
It was only right. And
he got some Fox 2 coverage, which I thought was pretty dope.
Yep.
Pretty dope.
And I messed him up. I was bringing up teachers from elementary school that motivated him, and he was the most.
No, he accused him of speaking to his mother.
Did.
So I think we successfully put some shock value in that.
I don't go that far, but he thought I did. No, that was the funny part. He really thought. Wait,
but what did he say when the cameras cut? When we started rolling, he looked at you. He's like, "No, seriously, man."
Yeah, he's like, "No, for real. Like, how you know this though?
Like who you talk to? You talk to my mama."
it's only the pod, aka the people of Detroit. Y'all already know how we do it. So stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Come get y'all interview so y'all can get, you know what I'm saying, interviewed the right way. Y'all can get y'all life dug into and kind of mess with your mind a little bit on how we even know this stuff. But that's the whole part. That's the whole point.
We here to make our guests shine. We want to show y'all the best.
We don't never talk about nothing negative. If you look at any episode we ever did, never nothing negative. Never we ain't talking about an old relationship. This happened. Never that. It's all positive stuff. So shout out to the homie Maestro. He came through and held it down for the kid.
Oh, and shout out my Detroit players. The band is super dope. Yes, you gotta follow them. Check
them out.
Shout
out DJ Lowe's. Shout out
Nick Speed. Shout out everybody. Let's get it.
Shout out. And we are getting close to the last few episodes that we did for the year. This next episode that we had was an individual. She has been making her way with the comedy scene. Her name is comedian Judge Miles, and she has been in quite a bit of rooms. She's still making her way around the city, even around different states. You know what I'm saying? Her interview was real dope. You know what I'm saying? From, her graduating college early, her getting a master's, and, how her name as a comedian started. Like, she originally wanted to be a judge. It's like, it's like when you just see comedian Judge Miles, you would think it, but you don't know for sure that's where it really came from. But,
I think that's dope. And even on our personal journey where she took control of her fitness, lost weight, and then developed a fitness boot camp program.
Facts.
Like, the sister is definitely innovative. And something she say that is stick around with me in the mind is confident women don't hate. Like, I love it. And I think that she definitely exudes that level of confidence. She's a fun spirit to be around.
Facts.
And definitely somebody you will want to check out and follow.
Yes. And last but not least, the last episode that we are releasing, or actually we released it today. You know what I'm saying? That was the last episode that we're releasing this year. The person who we had on last was somebody that been around. She's been around the music scene. She's worked with the likes of K-Deezy. She's been in the studio with
she's working Helluva. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and the person we speaking of is the homegirl, Jay Judo. Was good. No, I'm just talking.
Sis definitely had a great interview. And then it's like, if you follow her online, look at her work. She's been working for years. Quality work. Projects is dope.
Do her own videos.
She has a nice variety too. She's not a one-note artist. And I can really appreciate that coming from her.
Facts. You know, like I say, we just literally dropped her interview today. So y'all can go check her interview out. She talks about her life. You know what I'm saying? How she overcame certain things, getting pregnant, trying to still do music. Just, it's a whole lot of stuff we talked about with her. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Jay Judo. She actually got a movie premiere tonight. A movie that she's in called Quick Money. It drops today. It's, you know, she asked me earlier, was we coming? But I told her we gotta do this. But I still told her congratulations on her success and celebrate this moment that she created. So shout out Jay Judo and all the things that she got going, you know, and that was literally the last interview of the year. We're going to start 2023 off with something crazy.
2023
you know
is Jordan year, baby.
Y'all already
We got to
know.
be just going ahead and sinking in buckets all year. So y'all get ready for Jordan year. We're going to be going crazy.
Yes. So be on the lookout for the first interview of 2023 from the pod, a.k.a. the people of Detroit. We're not going to tell y'all who it is. Y'all just got to stay tuned to see who it is.
Very,
you know
very
what I'm saying?
dope situations.
Yeah. And we still got a lot of stuff in the work. A lot of interviews that we got in the midst of happening and solidifying dates. And it's a whole thing when it comes to this. But one thing I can say that me and my fiance can say is we want to thank everybody that has been supporting the people of Detroit, everybody that's been supporting everything we do. You know, shout out Rico, shout out everybody that's connected with us that help us build this brand to where it is. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's been a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? And with the other things that we got going on, you know, sometimes it's been a headache, but we still come in here and make it happen because we know at the end of the day what we want to do and where we trying to get to.
And then most of all, the impact that we want to make. And I think that this has been a great experience for me. I feel like I definitely sharpened my media skills. I've been able to hear so many stories because I love people, and not just watching people, having conversations with people, being friendly with people, but I love the psychology that lies behind people and their motivations to be where they're at. So when I get to hear these backstories and see what makes people tick, it's so fascinating to me because it's like I'm the audience right with you guys, and I'm always just super excited to hear what our guests have to say.
Me too.
I want to ask you a question before we wrap. If you could think of one of your favorite moments from the year, what would it be? We definitely did some maneuvering.
One of my favorites. Shit.
We've had a lot of fun time.
Yeah, it's been too many.
I got my favorite. You
got your favorite?
My favorite isn't actually really an interview at all. It was an experience. One of our episodes, we got to cover the Motor City Roots Festival.
Nice.
And
that would probably be mine too, because I was really trying to think.
I felt like that was like a highlight for us because it was. We had already knocked out our first red carpet. We had done some other events. We did 313 Day. We went and did a couple pop-ups. But the main thing to me was that Motor City Roots Festival because I feel like that solidified us. The three of us went in guerrilla style. It felt like we were short-staffed. We definitely needed some more arms, hands, feet. But we went in that festival guerrilla style. We thugged it out. We got blessed. Blessed being in the VIP area set up right by the stage. So we were able to talk to people as they were entering and exiting. We got to talk to pretty much everybody except for the top three headliners. And for our first festival, I think I think it was successful.
Very dope.
And made some dope connections.
Very dope.
Made some dope connections.
We gonna have a lot of stuff happening in January that's got stuff to do, stems from the Motor City Roots Festival. Y'all can check that video out actually, and a lot of dope performances, a lot of dope stuff. But you know what I'm saying, going into this new year, y'all gonna see a lot of artists within the first month or two. We're gonna do an artist spotlight. And we're gonna put a spotlight on all the artists out here making noise, you know what I'm saying, and doing their thing.
And then provide some variety too, because it's sometimes we get so caught up in seeing the same styles and types where there's so much to offer, and Detroit is so multifaceted. There's so many different types of artists out here that's making waves, that's genuinely talented, and we want to shine a light on them.
Facts. So y'all can most definitely be on the lookout for the pods. Artist spotlight. We're gonna, you know, touch bases with people and their music and their visuals and shout them out and put them on our platform. You know what I'm saying? And
listen,
I really didn't know that we were gonna go this long. I came in here talking about 20 minutes. I really don't.
I don't even know why you talking about some 20 minutes.
I really don't know why the fuck I did that.
You talking about 30 episodes in 20 minutes. That's why I'm like, you know.
I was trying to be optimistic because I ain't want to come in here and be like.
No, because he didn't want to do summary. He said, nope, I ain't leaving nobody out. I'm talking about every single person.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you got that 20 minutes from.
I don't know either. I just thought I was going to talk about everybody 15 seconds and then carry on.
We too multifaceted for that. We gotta dig deep. We gotta get in there. Listen, I just know my last final piece. Shout out Rico, you the man. You've been holding us down.
Yes.
Reflections of Our Future Multimedia.
Yes.
The People of Detroit podcast and in collaboration with Natural Nation. This has been one hell of a year. Thank you for all your support.
Everything, because everything counts. You know what I'm saying? Our Instagram followers, our YouTube subscribers, like it ain't going Facebook, crazy, but it's all y'all. Original.
We see y'all and we see y'all
original, organic.
Us,
it's organic. That's what I love about it. I don't care if it's not. It's all organic people that like our stuff.
We're small but mighty community.
Facts, and y'all gonna hear a lot from us coming up in this next year, and a lot coming from Rico. Like we dropping the tape. It's gonna be crazy, you know what I'm saying? So y'all be on the lookout, and y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, do everything y'all need to do to fuck with the pod, aka the People of Detroit. And I'm gonna go ahead and just wish y'all a happy holidays, happy new year, all that, you know what I'm saying? Going to the next year with blessings, you feel me? So, you know.
Stay safe, and shout out Sound 2 Nation Radio.
Yes. And in the meantime, in between time, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Sir LA.
And it's me, your girl, Dahlia.
And we greatly appreciate each and one of y'all for rocking with the pod, aka the people of Detroit. Yeah. See y'all next year. What's up?